Party people, what is going on? I be here, Gregory, and today's topic of discussion is this proposed cut to Social Security. Now, it wasn't that long ago when Joe Biden sat in front of Congress and Senate and said that Republicans are trying to cut Social Security, and all the Republicans reacted with boos and hiss, and they started chanting, liar, liar, boo this man. And then about 2 days later, here comes this plan to cut Social Security. Now, 175 Republicans have signed on to this so far. The senator of Wisconsin, Ron Johnson, he's championing this, trying to push out this narrative as if the rich pay too much taxes as it is, And for them to do this now, so first of all, obviously, bunch of liars, Republicans. Can we say that? But to do this now, there's never a good time for this. Plus, extremely unpopular. I don't care what side of what party you're on, Republican, Democrat, Independent. Extremely unpopular. Nobody on the campaign trail will ever talk about cutting Social Security. Kevin McCarthy was not that long ago saying that he swore up and down that he was not trying to cut Social Security. So, but for them to do this now, right? When this year is the first time, and I don't know how long with the life expectancy of United States citizens has gone down. I mean, I think this is obviously because of the recent pandemic, but the life expectancy of men has gone down a full year, while the women has gone down zero point 0.8 of a year. So, so to do this now, and plus, this also adversely affects black people more than others, of course, because the life expectancy of Latinos is about 77 years, white folks 76 years, while black people is at 70.8 years. So that gives you about 1 and 2/3 of a year to enjoy, to say, golden years of of Social Security. Now, every time when it's time to cut a sacrifice, they always come to the regular people. 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and so they're gonna ask you to do that for another 2 years. And in France, they raised the age from 62 to 64, and France was on fire. I mean, talk about protests. They burned buildings down. It was violence in the streets. And they that's what raised the age to 64. If they want to raise it to 69 in America. So, and to solve this problem of this Social Security fund is very simple. It's a progressive stance. It's just to take the cap off of the tax that goes into Social Security. Because currently, right now, the cap is at $160,200. So if you get paid that amount of money a year, you pay as much money as George Soros, as Bill Gates, as Harlan Crow, as Mark Zuckerberg. Did I say Jeff Bezos? Um, as the Koch brothers. So if you are a manager at Chick-fil-A, you pay as much money as the richest 1%, which is which is crazy. I almost cuss right there. It is berserk. It's insane in the membrane, right? And if you was to take the cap off, because you got you know specialists at this, you would not have to worry about the money running out for generations. Um, and it will also increase the amount into your Social Security by $200 a month, which I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about. And every time when it comes for sacrifice, because they always come to the regular people, when the situation that we are in is really being manufactured at the top. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have no personal, like our choices don't affect our lives, but this is all you got to do is look at the numbers. Like, I think a great example is to look at the homelessness in this country, right? Homelessness has exploded. Like, it wasn't, there's always been homeless people, but it wasn't like that in the 80s. Like, well, you got to wonder why. Well, some people would say, Republicans, Fox News, they would say because people was lazy. Really, they're that lazy? Well, let's look at the numbers in when Ronald Reagan took office, he cut the affordable housing spending from $32 billion to seven. Affordable housing was getting $32 billion when Jimmy Carter was in office in the '70s. He cut it down to $7. Yeah, and you wonder why there's an increase of homelessness. The the price of housing has gone up 149%, and from the year 1985 to 2020, housing has gone up 149%, while wages have gone up 35%. You wonder why? Um, I saw a number where they say 40% of homeless people have at least one job. So they have jobs and still can't afford housing. Um, it's what else? There's the wages for CEOs have gone up nine since the late '70s. 900% has the wages for CEOs has gone up, while for the working class has gone up 12%. This is being orchestrated by the people at the top to suppress the regular people who have to come out of their pockets every time. I mean, we keep getting screwed when you think about like all the pharmaceutical stuff. All of that is subsidized by your taxpayer dollars, but then when they make it, they get all the profits, and then they price it to a point where you can't even afford it. And I saw this thing where they say that the reason for taxes is to increase the demand for the dollar. So if this is true, that's even more of a reason for you should not tax the working class people, because I already said 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. The demand for a dollar cannot be any higher. You needed to pay your rent. You needed to eat. While the demand for rich people who sit on their money and let their money make money from is low. So you should only tax the you should tax the rich more, which is the solution for this, with the solution for a lot of things is to tax the rich. That's what I say. Tax the rich, bitch. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all be easy. Have a good one. Thank you. Peace.